Hello and welcome to Football Fanatics. I'm your host, Vincent, and today we're going over the 49ers at Green Bay Packers divisional round and why the San Francisco 49ers were able to beat the Green Bay Packers. So here on 2nd down and 6, we have Davante Adams lined up to the top side. He's going to run a slant, and you can see early in this game how the 49ers defense really didn't use the leverage they had. Because with this outside leverage, you'd like to see someone come in and take away the inside move from Davante. Here, no one does that. It will give them a slant, and that's why Green Bay was so successful early on. So, jumping ahead here to another 2nd down and 11. This time, Adams on the bottom side, and here they'll actually get that double where they have two guys in the deep cover 4 to the side. Davante Adams running some sort of deep route. He ends up being doubled off that, but the check down by Dillon will be open out of the backfield. Or, excuse me, that's not Dillon, that's Rose. Or not, Aaron Jones, excuse me. So, that good couple first plays there. Their 3rd, 2nd down here. Adams will now, they've seen cover 4 a couple times. They'll get it again, although this time out of a 5-man pressure look. And Adams will go up and find that level between the linebackers and then the secondary. Good job finding just that right seam. You see it right there, just behind those linebackers, but just in front of the secondary. Really good route by Adams to adjust his route to what he saw in coverage. So, jumping ahead to yet another 2nd down, they have another cover 4. And this is where I'd like to see them be a little bit more intelligent in their pre-snap alignment and knowledge. I'd like to see this slot corner come out and because with Davante Adams in the slot here, I'd like to see you leverage outside and say, I'm going to take away everything outside, and then have Bobby Wagner come and help you on the inside against Davante Adams. Here, he's going to end up leveraging inside and try and work out. And because it's Davante Adams, he gets beat across the face on a slant. So as we watch right here, now he lost that inside leverage that he had pre-snap, and he's just on him. Adams wins to the center, ends up getting a 1st down. Something that San Fran did take away later in the game. Here, they'll get 2 nice power runs, getting them each in closer. This one will actually get him the touchdown here. Good blocking, as Dillon only needed to get a couple yards after contact to get the touchdown 7 yards out. So, jumping ahead to San Francisco's first 3rd down of the game. Here they have Zadarius Smith lined up at 3 technique just outside the guard. And that's all that 3 technique means. And so here he'll get power to go straight over the guard. The issue is San Francisco doesn't have that good of a pass-protecting offensive line, and Kyle Shanahan should have known this, knowing that it's 3rd and 12, go for an 8-9 yard quick gain, and then come back on 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You're on your own 47. That's stuff that we have seen Kyle Shanahan go for in the regular season. Would not be surprised if he goes for it in the postseason, but here they do some sort of long developing route, and because of that longer developing route, Zadarius Smith has time, but here Zadarius just goes straight over the left guard, ends up getting the sack. Good play by the front 4 of Green Bay, but Kyle Shanahan should have known that, and we'll see him actually make that adjustment later. So here, the slot receiver Davante Adams, no one's lined up against him. That's just the safety. I would have liked to see either this over linebacker or Wagner cheat out, because what they're going to do is have Lazard just come up and straight up block this outside cornerback, and then you can run basically what ends up to be a screen. It's technically an out route to Adams, and that's a free 8 to 9 yard pickup. So here you get that block on that outside corner. C.J. Mosley ends up getting you 7. Good play, but if you come out and line up a linebacker or that safety more over Adams, then you take away that possibility and that easy pre-snap look. So here they'll have a good flip on second down, get him first down yardage, good play. Again, more of the offensive line as he wasn't touched before the first down, but still good job running the ball. So here, they'll run deep concepts, 49ers still in that cover 4, and they'll end up just flipping it out to the running back. So here, they have those 3 guys going deep. That cover 4 is going to take that away, as both outside guys got double-teamed, and then that inside tight end slot receiver type couldn't get open. He'll find the running back out of the backfield, let him go get near the first down, bring up second and short, they can pick that up. And this is the real first pivotal play of the game, as they'll run a boot off play action, end up getting a high-low read with Davante Adams and their tight end, which is I think it was, who was it? One of their tight ends. And the tight end just fumbles it. So you see they have this, so you get this wheel to be a clear out route. You get a deep and a short with Adams and that tight end. Tight end catches it but can't hold on. Mercedes Lewis ends up fumbling it, and that took away their first scoring opportunity. Not Rodgers' fault, really good read, because if we go back here, you see that Adams was covered over the top. Presumably that clear out route gets taken because that's all he's trying to do is draw the coverage with him. So that's his only open throw. He makes a good throw. Should have gotten him like 3 yards, but Mercedes Lewis fumbles, ends up losing possession, and Rodgers should have had 3 points out of that drive. He ends up not getting those 3 points, but it's not his fault. So instead of being 10-0 with the 49ers in their own territory, it's now 7-0 with them kind of in the middle. And here they'll end up getting Rashawn Gary on a bull rush versus this right tackle. Would have liked to seen like some sort of slants concept against this pressure look. They didn't go with a quick hitter. They took something a little bit longer. Gary able to get that bull rush. Not my favorite concept, and we'll see them go to a lot more quick game later. But early on, they tried to pass protect, and they were unable to do that against this team. So, now, 3rd and 6. Rodgers does a good job getting into this protection. Now, here, most people would have to throw this. He finds this escape lane inside this right tackle, outside the guard. Good job to shake off the tackle. Now, here, Mahomes can throw that ball to this little comebacker on the sideline, but that's hard with with the angle of your hips. It's a really hard throw to make, really easy to be intercepted. He just throws it on a deep shot to the fullback, tight end, running back out of the backfield. Ends up, Wagner will get that covered. Maybe a little bit his fault, but it's hard to blame Rodgers for that throw, as he's trying to not throw an interception when they have that 7-point lead. So here, they'll have Kittle out of this tight end slot receiver look. He's just going to come up and run a post route because he sees that there's no one in the middle of the field here. Closest guy is that safety, and he's not coming over the middle. No one else is there, so he's just going to run that post. And good throw, just can't pull it in. Right there, that has to be a catch, but it wasn't. You see it wide open. That's an open throw. Everyone knows when they saw that, knew that was going to have to be a catch. Now here on 3rd and 12, they actually run the same play, except this time to Jennings, and they have a cover 1 safety. Now, this is a better throw than last time, because Garoppolo keeps this ball low enough to keep it away from the safety, and Jennings will drop this ball on this post seam route just off his hands. One of those two had to be caught. You see Savage coming over, but ball is in front of him, has to be caught. Unfortunately, it wasn't, which is really unfortunate if you're the San Francisco 49ers. So, here, this is where the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers finally caught up to them on a 3rd and 8. Now, they'll run a stunt on the top side, but not a traditional stunt. They'll actually rush to pressure and then stunt, where these two rushers will come up, hit the tackle and guard, and then flip. Young line that hasn't played together much, they won't be able to pass it off. You see, get inside, the guard never switched over. Tough play, as the San Francisco line does get home and gets off the field. Again, hard to say that's Rodgers' fault, but here on third down, Gary will get another bull rush here on the top side, just push his guy back. And again, if we look longer developing routes, maybe had something there in the flat right at the end, but at that point he's getting sacked. You'd like to see something a lot more substantial out of him, or quick hitting out of the 49er pass game, and we'll see that later, especially into the second half. So here we have a 3rd and 6, and Adams will go up and just run an out route. He will win. Love to see that out route. Get the ball. He will even go upfield and get first down yardage. Good play on 3rd and 6. So here you'll have Adams to the bottom side. They'll shift coverage towards him, and they like doing this where they'll set Adams alone to the one side. So that way, hopefully, you have to put two guys, either zone defenders or man defenders, over to his side. And that should give you numbers advantage to the other side. However, when you have a guy like Lazard, who's not the best route runner, it does make it difficult. So here, they shift coverage, end up having to hit it to the running back. Dylan, or I think that's Jones, unable to get that first down yardage. Would have liked to see a high-paid running back like him be able to get you that first down, but understandable. I personally didn't like that paying a running back that much when he's not making impact like that, but beside the point. So here, they'll get Kittle. So that motion guy is going to come into the flats. He's just a check down. And they'll run a sail route with these two guys, Kittle being the tight end, and then I can't remember who the outside receiver was, but sail just being where that outside receiver will run down the boundary to take a guys with him, and Kittle does a corner. Ends up being a really nice throw. You see coverage gets pulled just enough. Kittle makes a great catch. It was pulled in. You see him just kind of tip it to himself for the catch. Really nice play. Love to see it. And here they'll run the ball. Good job cutting it up the middle. Get you some yardage. But not that bad. So here they'll beat this play action. Now, Gary has pressure. Garoppolo does a good job. He'll step up and end up challenging the linebacker with his feet. So you see right here, instead of just looking to throw, he's coming up and he's making a threat to run, pulling this linebacker in. Once the linebacker comes in, he will then flip it out to the running back to make a play. Really good heads-up play by your quarterback. Love to see it. Here, going back to a run, notice that they're motioning to the left, and then they run to the left off of that. We'll kind of come in the key later. Get some tough yardage. Ends up getting like 6-7, but just good play. So here, toss right. This is a cut, or this is what all their plays are. So you see where this, don't know if it's a nose tackle or 3-tech, but one of these guys is starting to win to the outside right there. And this is the heart of Kyle Shanahan's plays. Now, this play is designed to go to the outside, try and get the edge. Now, once someone starts losing, they'll go to this cutback lane right inside of that double team outside of this crackback block. And that's just the heart of their play, or their run game. Gives you two options on every run play, so if your first option isn't there, you'll have a second option. So here, you have one-on-one with Kittle versus Smith. That Garoppolo sees that, gets that inside move, gets you a first down. And here, they'll end up doing another run. Same idea, except power. Ends up getting a hold called on them. Unfortunate, but it will happen sometimes. So, yeah. So, coming here on 1st and goal, Garoppolo will end up making a great play and then a horrible play. So pressure starts coming through. He makes the guy miss once, twice. Now here, it's first down, you're a ways out. I'd like to see you roll out, maybe challenge a guy with his feet. If a guy's wide open, like 5 yards in front of you, take the dump to him, otherwise throw it away. Garoppolo rolls out, tries to force that ball to the end zone, ends up being intercepted. Especially where you are, just throw that ball away, make it at least 7-3 to halftime. You see that he was open, but he's not able to get enough power on it or throw it quick enough. You can't try and get greedy there. Once that play broke down by you having to make a guy miss a couple times, you gotta get it off. Here, just a swing out of the backfield, ends up getting it to the running back, gets you to 3rd down. And here, this is a play where people were saying busted coverage. They're in cover 2, where you have 2 deep safeties. So, now, the wheel route out of the backfield is something that's really hard for that safety to pick up because it's such a long developing route. Now, they get this rush, and Rodgers extends that play for longer than what everyone's expecting. And again, Jones unable to turn that into a touchdown. If that's one of the other high-paid running backs, you'd expect that to go for 6. Here it's unable to, and it's really poor that they weren't able to get that into a touchdown. So here, fumble off of not quite sensing pressure, doesn't come back to hurt him, but ends up that they will run out most of the rest of the clock and just spike this ball with 4 seconds left, can't remember, 3. And now here's where the special teams start rearing its head. So, you have this protector here on the left side. Now they're rushing from the left, that's why he's set so deep. Now, the rusher, or he has to make sure nothing gets to the inside of him, and then just kind of push this outside guy. So you see how there's 2 guys outside of 95? The idea is you take away the inside rusher and then just put a hand out at the outside rusher, make him go farther. Now, he's unable to go up and make contact with that inside guy. He'll bust right through that lane in front of him, ends up getting the block. You see that right there. Ends up holding 3 points off the board. Good play by the 49ers, but you gotta get that block on the inside rusher there when you are talking like that. Or when you're talking field goals. If the outside guy makes a play, he makes a play, but it's really hard for him to do. Next play, Deebo Samuel makes a good return out to the 50-yard line, and they're just going to start running this ball, motion to the right, pitch this ball to the right, get out, make some good yards, good first down play. Come back on 2nd down, motion left, pitch left. Same play. Here they cut back, because everyone's starting to go right. He sees that lane that develops in the middle. He takes it, ends up getting near 1st down yardage. So then 3rd down and 1, motion left, hit left, or was that motion, or was that, nope, so that's just a static play. Get you some yards up the middle. Good play by him. Now here, they'll end up running a screen to the top side. Good play, and this is this is based off leverage, because they're saying the slot receiver can take the outside guy, Kittle, our down linebacker, can take their slot corner, and then our tackle can take their linebacker, and then we'll let Deebo Samuel get one-on-one out in space. He does, gets you some good yards on 2nd and 10, get you another first down. Like to see it. Now, here they motion left again. Here they'll run left. Now, if you notice how often that motion will lead their run, that's critical, because here they'll come and motion to the left. Now you see all these guys starting to, from the linebackers, shifting over to the left. Now they're going to run right, ends up getting a big hole, first down. Now, unfortunately, Elijah Mitchell did grab the face mask, and it would give them some yardage back right there. Really unfortunate. So, jumping to 3rd and 16, they just run a little screen play, able to get some yards, get a field goal. Should have been 6th to 10, ended up being 3-7 with the interception and the blocked field goal. So still, either way, they're down by 4. Sorry about that. So here, Green Bay gets or sees some sort of coverage, ends up that Devontae Adams on the bottom side, unable to get open, have to take the check down, nowhere near first down yardage. They're again off the field. Weird blitz scheme, but confused Rodgers one of the few times, but even still he got it to a guy who could try and make a play. So here they'll again see this cutback option. They toss it to the left here. You see all these guys flowing out. Mitchell decides to cut it up the middle. Good play by him. You love to see that. Then, they 3rd down and 5. This is really the last time. You see, right as he's getting sacked, that's when guys are starting to break on their routes. I think this was when Kyle Shanahan really started to think that he used to go to shorter stuff. But really like to see it. Here, getting another zone coverage by the 49ers. Go up, couldn't get, because if you notice, the outside corner drops the sticks, linebacker comes up, makes a play. Get you to 2nd down. They pitch it to the left. Now, this is really good outside corner play. So, here, Mosley sees that it's a run to the left. Now, his job is to take this this lead blocker as far inside as he can while still forcing the run inside of him. So he sets right there, and it actually hits the inside shoulder of the lead blocker and ends up making the tackle. I think it was even short, even though they did pick it up. Another good run here. Just keeping on running this ball brings us to a first down where now you get a deep in from Adams and a deep out from that other guy, and you'll have a shallow route from this inside or this bottom side guy as your outlet. Play action. Adams will get open between the levels. Good low throw. Keep Adams safe. Don't make him take a huge hit. Good play by Rodgers. Some say that throw's low. I like it that low. Let Adams go down and make a play. Protect your good corner or your good receiver. So, Adams is going to try that little out route because he sees that so often he gets one-on-one versus this corner. So you see out route right there. Now that corner should have been drawn vertical. However, Mosley came off his guy, made a big play into that out route. Good hit. And here they'll run practically that same play on 3rd and 4. Out route, throw it. Now that one was lower and to Lazard, but Mosley's still right there to force that. And I'm shocked they went back to it after Mosley jumped it the first time, but they did pick up the first. And now here on 3rd and goal, they only get 2 routes into the end zone. You see that one to the top side, and then they have one down to the bottom side. Both of those guys get double coverage. By the time Rodgers getting sacked, 3 guys still short. Don't love the play call. I'd like to keep more guys into block if you aren't going to send that many guys into the end zone. But ends up being a field goal. That would be their final points of the game to go back up by 7. And the 49ers come out and they'll start running again. Get another good run, pick up some yards on first down. So here, they've been running, especially wide. Here they'll say, hey, we can kick out both these 2 inside guys. Give it to the fullback, and before either of these 2 linebackers can react, we'll pick up a first down. And you see, both guys can't get inside. Juszczyk gets a lane, ends up getting a really nice gain. Nice change up off the running game. Now here, you have Kittle in this slot tight end position again, 3rd and 11. Now, last couple times you've seen him do long developing plays. Here Kittle's going to kind of hide behind that guy on the line of scrimmage and then just release to a post. And that will beat this rush because the rush getting through, but Kittle wins a simple post. Keep the route simpler. Ends up getting a first down. You get the first down and you come back and you start running again. Now here, your 3rd and 7. Now here you just have a slant route to this your corner Jennings. Gets you yardage. Could have been a first down, but Amos, the safety in that cover 1 deep safety role, will come up and make a play, seeing it on the last 3rd and long. But still, now it's 4th down and 1. You have a decision you can make. You can either go for it or you can kick the field goal. They decide to go for it. Could get it on the run up the middle. I would have run this on the edge because that's where your bread and butter runs are. But I understand why they ran it up the middle. But anyway, so Green Bay has this ball. And their right guard will make a huge mistake here on 3rd down. Now, they're bringing a blitz. Now, the rule is you can't be beat to the inside. So this guard has to take I think it's Armstead there. So the center has 57. Now, your right guard can't be beat to the inside, so he should block down. Your right tackle cannot be beat to the inside, so he should block down. And then that outside guy should be picked up by your running back. And you see the running back starting to roam out there. Now, the guard doesn't do that. He comes to the outside, and that leaves 2 guys blocking that edge defender. Free rusher up the middle, ends up being sacked. That's not Rodgers' fault, because if they pick that up properly, they will end up having enough time for him to get it to the check down, which he's looking at right when he's getting sacked, but he just knows he can't turn that ball over there. Really unfortunate. And that brings us to the blocked punt. Now, the long snapper here is the position to look at. Now, normally when you're the long snapper, you'll snap it and you'll really stay low, so that way the rules protect you as a defenseless player. However, he snaps it and comes up. Now, since he comes up, he's no longer a defenseless player, and if you watch, he's not really prepared for contact, so right there, you see he's not prepared for contact, but he stood up. Well, that means he's allowed to be bull rushed. He gets bull rushed, and because he was stood up, he doesn't have any positional to be able to drop his anchor and prevent being rushed back into the punter. Punt gets blocked. San Francisco picks it up. Ends up getting them the 7 points. Their first and only touchdown of the game. And that's just something that you can't allow as a long snapper. You have to stay down in that scenario. That's really the 13th point if you look at the long kick return after the half, the block kick, and that being 7. Really 13 points given up right there by the special teams. We knew it would have come back to hurt them, and it did. And here you see, now this is the double throw into the throw into double coverage on Devontae. Now you see Rodgers looks to the left first at those two groups. He just doesn't like it because that route developed too slow to get it there. So you really can't blame him, because you can't spend forever looking at those guys. You just like to see those routes develop a little bit faster. But Garoppolo has one final drive, and they'll go right back to this slant to Kittle off of this slot tight end position. Just come up, run a little slant, get him the ball. You see they were going back to these quick slant post type plays, getting the ball out of their hand quickly. Here they'll end up tossing it to the left, trying to get the edge. They do a pretty good job of that, get some yards. And here, Deebo Samuel, he will come out, fake this flat route, come over the middle, get some more yards for them. That's really the longest developing route of this drive. And then here they'll just hand it off to Deebo, who sees that guy, starts to stretch the field, sees that guy, cuts it back up after stretching the field to make the corner Stokes miss as well. Ends up picking a first down, making 3 different guys miss. That's just having a great player. Ends up getting a little few more yards. Ends up they kick the field goal and win. But that's been a breakdown of this game. If you like this video, please leave a like. Otherwise, please subscribe for more content. We're getting right into draft season around the corner. Would love to have you on board. But that's all I have for you today. And thanks for